Thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. Coming up, government appoints Dominica's first ambassador to Mexico. The traffic department sensitizes the public on new traffic signs, and Jazz and Creole 2016 has been launched. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thanks for staying with us. The traffic department is on a drive to sensitize the public about new traffic signs placed throughout the city. Our cameras were on the streets to help in the education process. Kimani Seja brings this report.
The traffic department of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force continues to work to ensure that there is a free flow of traffic in and around the city of Roseau. Recently, a survey conducted revealed that there was much congestion in the Portersville area. ASP Valentine tells us more.
Coming out of that survey, a number of things were recommended. Number one, it was realized in an effort to make it easier for emergency vehicles, Stibber Street would have to be a one-way street. Also, to provide another easy access to motorists traveling north out of the city, it was realized again that to facilitate that, Stibber Street ought to be a one-way street. And additionally, to ease traffic congestion in the Portersville area.
Motorists can only proceed on Stibber Street in a northerly direction coming from the south. So after leaving the west bridge, you can proceed through Stibber Street without having to worry about incoming motor vehicles. This street has been one-way traffic.
In order to encourage one-way traffic on Stibber Street, a number of new traffic signs have been placed in the area on St. Johnston Avenue, on Stibber Street, Porter Street, Goodwill Road and Pifto Street. Sergeant Laura explains.
Certain streets in the area have been made one-way, and the streets are Stibber Street, which is behind me, going in another direction, and Porter Street, which we will take you through in a moment. From the West Bridge, as we say, you will continue to take a left as usual towards the gas station and Miniers. That will remain as is. Stibber Street, you will continue to travel north, and then as we move along, there will be accompanying signs to complement the one-way traffic. We are standing at the intersection of Pifto Street and Stibber Street. And as we said, that there will be accompanying signs to complement the one-way street on Stibber Street. So where we are now, if you are traveling west on Pifto Street, this street, you will not be allowed to turn left onto Stibber Street. And as a result of that, we have put a no left turn sign in place to indicate to motorists that they should not turn left. So if on reaching that intersection, you should only continue westwards, or you could take a right turn onto Stibber Street. And if you are traveling east on Pifto Street, on reaching the intersection with Stibber Street, you will not be allowed to turn right, because there is a no right turn saying that you should not turn right onto Stibber Street. And this is to complement the one-way traffic, as we say, so you will only be allowed to turn left on Stibber Street towards Goodwill Road. We are at the intersection of Pifto Street and Porter Street. Now, if you're traveling east on Pifto Street, which is where we are, if you're traveling this way, east on Porter Street, coming from Elliott Avenue or coming from Wilson, on reaching this intersection right here of Porter Street, motorists will not be allowed to turn left on Porter Street. Because as we say, Porter Street is now one-way traffic traveling only in a southerly direction. So on reaching that intersection, there is a no left turn place on the side of the road, indicating to motorists that they should not turn left. You should only continue eastwards or turn right onto Porter Street. Still at the intersection of Porter Street and Pifto Street. And this time around, if you're traveling west on Pifto Street, on reaching that portion of the intersection, you should not turn right on Porter Street. Because as we say, Porter Street is now one-way traffic traveling only in a southerly direction. So on reaching that portion of the intersection, there is a no right turn placed on the edge of the road, indicating to motorists that they should not turn right. So you should only continue westwards, or you can turn left onto Porter Street. We are now at the junction of Federation Drive and Goodwill Road and Stieber Street. For vehicular traffic traveling west on Federation Drive, they will not be allowed to enter Stieber Street because there is a no entry sign placed at that junction there, indicating to motorists that they should not enter Stieber Street. They should keep left and turn left into the city. For vehicular traffic traveling south on Goodwill Road, on approaching the Stieber Street intersection, there are two no right turn signs, indicating to motorists that they should not turn right into Stieber Street. There's one on the left and one on the right side. So on seeing these signs, they should continue straight ahead south towards the city and should not turn right into Stieber Street. All these signs are to complement the one-way traffic on Stieber Street. Porter Street is now a one-way street where you can only travel south on Porter Street. So motorists traveling south on Goodwill Road, it's advisable that you turn right into Porter Street if you want to access the Miniers, 7-Eleven, if you want to access KFC or Save-A-Lot. Continue south along Porter Street, and on reaching the junction with St. Johnson Avenue, you'll take a right and then onto the Dominica China Friendship Bridge, and you'll find yourself right into the city. So it's advisable that you turn right from Goodwill Road onto Porter Street, because you will not be allowed to turn right on Stieber Street like you used to do before. So you plan your driving, you want to go into the city, the southern side of the city, you turn right into Porter Street, take you all the way down to St. Johnson Avenue, then you turn right onto the Dominica China Friendship Bridge and into the city.
Now the police are saying that many persons may not be familiar with these new traffic signs. So there is a short grace period so that motorists can get familiar with these new signs. If traffic laws are broken, it can cost up to $75 for breaking a no right turn or no left turn or other traffic signs, and up to $150 penalty for breaking a no entry sign. Kimani Serja reporting from Roseau.
Thank you, Kimani. The government of Dominica has appointed Kamala John Baptist Aaron as press secretary. John Baptist Aaron started her career as a journalist at the DBS Radio and has worked as the news director at the Observer Media in Antigua and Barbuda. She will act as spokesperson for the government in relation to the media, liaising with the media both locally and internationally. John Baptist Aaron formally took up her duties on March 15, 2016. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs announces the appointment of former Roseau parliamentarian Julius Timothy as Dominica's non-resident ambassador to Mexico. Mr. Timothy has served the nation as former Minister for Finance and Health respectively and has both private and public sector experience. When he is accredited by Mexico's head of state, Mr. Timothy will work with the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs to ensure effective implementation of agreements signed between the two countries. He will also seek areas for further cooperation. The government of Mexico signed an agreement with Dominica in April 2014, which led the latter to formalize arrangements with Dominica. Last year, the Mexican government inaugurated an office for non-resident ambassadors from Caribbean countries and regional organizations without a presence in Mexico. Mr. Julius Timothy is Dominica's first ambassador to Mexico. In other news, President of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, asserts that an education from Dominica State College is just as credible as any international university. He was speaking at the college's 13th commencement ceremony on Wednesday when 103 degrees were awarded.
Today in higher education, the knowledge students acquire must be global in content and applicable. It must have currency, meaning that if you have a degree in business, English, health, agriculture, tourism, or any other major, we expect that those courses and competencies will be considered and accepted for employment in St. Lucia, New York, Düsseldorf, Germany, and we also expect that they will be accepted for transfers at the University of Arkansas, University of North Carolina, Metropolitan University in the UK, among the hundreds of universities that accept our credits.
Further, he revealed that the college's course credits are becoming more widely accepted every day.
My office has just learned that 2 new universities in the United States, Georgia State University and SUNY Cobleskill, has this year accepted DSC credits for all of the majors, all of the courses taken by those 2 students. By the way, they were English majors at those universities. We also have our students have transferred to York, and they have accepted York University in Canada. They have accepted all our credits. In fact, in the U.S. Universities, they actually gave them more credits than they transferred with, because we gave 3 credits for science, and they get 4 in the U.S. So we believe this is an amazing achievement for our university, our college, and we want to let you know, graduates, that the degree you have today is comparable to any degree anywhere in the world.
The Dominica State College will begin offering baccalaureate degrees in English, education, agriculture, biology, and business this year. Bachelor's degrees are already offered in nursing. And Jazz and Creole is on again. In just about 8 weeks, the 7-year-old event will again color and serenade the Cabarets Fort Shirley in the north. The Dominica Festivals Committee launched the growing affair on Thursday.
The Jazz and Creole Festival emerged out of the recognition by the Ministry of Tourism that we had to expand Dominica's festival tourism product as a key strategy in our efforts to increase awareness of the destination and to host and retain visitors to the island. Indeed, not only has the festival gained patrons, but its regional and international appeal among renowned regional and international artists has broadened over the years. In its short existence, the festival has already featured 2 Grammy Award-winning artists on its lineup, Angelique Kidjo and Marlo Rosado. And there have been many more of local, regional, and international acclaim.
According to Colin Piper, Chief Executive Officer of the Dominica Festivals Committee, the Jazz and Creole show has grown. This is evidenced by a more than 50% increase in attendance from just about 600 in 2010 to 1,500 in 2015, as well as a 17% increase in ticket sales. He says the DFC is even considering installing LED screens for the viewing convenience of the mass crowds. As usual, the main stage event on May 15th is preceded by a week of fringe events at establishments around the island. This year, the fringe events begin on May 8th with usual partners the Evergreen Hotel, Anchorage, the Fortune Hotel, and Riverstone Bar and Grill. The DFC invites more corporate citizens to come on board to host other fringe events. This year, headliners are as follows. DominicaFestivals.com is the portal to Dominica's acclaimed events. Let's now join Shakira Peer for a recap of the week's headline stories.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, the Eggleston-Girardale Village Council accepted an unsolicited $80,000 from the Honorable Finance Minister, Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt. Of that $80,000 sum, $20,000 is earmarked for the Girardale Flower Growers Group for the staging of this year's flower show. The Ministry of Culture, in collaboration with the National Cultural Council, launched its new film and video screening equipment and services complements the government of Venezuela this week. The video and screening equipment was donated by Alba Cultural, a cultural arm of Alba. Center, the area in Grand Bay where the people of Dubuque will be relocated, is beginning to take shape. Members of the Ministerial Subcommittee for Resettlement, including Honorable Ian Douglas, Honorable Francine Barron, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru, and Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre visited the site. The 50 petrocasas being erected were donated by the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Also this week, the Ministry of Health joined hands with the Ministry of Agriculture and the Pan American Health Organization to launch a study to assess the prevalence of leptospirosis in Dominica. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Roe, said the initiative will prevent the spread of leptospirosis in Dominica. 24 individuals from Layu, Font Saint-Jean, and Saint-Sauveur completed free skills training module this week. 8 participants from Layu received certificates of completion following a boat building and repair program, a small outboard engine repair program, and a marine outboard engine repair program. The Dominica State College held its 13th commencement ceremony, sending off 106 students into the wider world this week. The college conferred 99 associate degrees, 3 certificates, and 4 bachelor's degrees. These were some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these stories and others, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to you, Jarna.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moi c'est McPherson Luce. Ça fait disaster risk management très important pour agriculture. Ça c'est monde supposé garder bien point manière et puis l'occasion où là yo ka cultiver bagay agriculture. Parole ça là sur le permanent secretary ministre agriculture, Mr. Harold Gist.
Disaster risk management, ça c'est un bagage qui est très important. Erika montre nous un gros leçon avec nous pour essayer pour travailler en ça. Il y a différents bagages nous ça fait mais yon dit c'est assurance pour agriculture. Les au planter en denrées au ça les enjoy. Comme ça si coule vent point si flotte point si dirige point c'est habitant pas qui perd toute bagaille. Mais il y a aussi différentes manières où on va planter bagaille. Si on va planter bagaille dans place qui est en fallé, la terre pas tellement bon, nous ne pouvons changer ces bagailles là.
La nouvelle gouvernement Dominica travaille bien formidable pour l'allocation résident d'Ibec pour mettre en l'occasion neuf qui a bâti en centre en Guambé. Comité cabinet qui est en charge projet Salam visité l'occasion la semaine passée en parmi chairman Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, Honorable Ian Douglas, Honorable Francine Barron, ensemble et puis membre parlement pour Dibec Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru. Si le chairman comité là Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre est bien plaisir pour prendre place à ce projet là. Honorable McIntyre dit travail excavation dernier 10 maisons là qui prend place et puis ça a marché bien. Honorable McIntyre a gardé devant pour premier 20 maisons qui est fini et puis monde qui ont trouvé par Pac l'année salam. Quand même contracteur à ce projet là Chris Walter fait parole que projet là qui est fini qu'a joindre target ayo. Finalement spectacle mademoiselle francophonie qui prend place en Caille-Culture à Rawak samedi. Activité ça là qui a formé par célébration francophonie l'année 2016. Dominique Cabonché et puis plaisir puis relater en observant célébration là. Madame Hannah Massicotte, c'est membre comité francophonie.
C'est troisième compétition là. Mademoiselle francophonie compétition nous connaît à Dominique. Et puis compétition ça là c'est nous ni Tifi, belle Tifi, hors différents l'école première tout en Dominique et puis samedi 19 mars nous allons à Arak House of Culture à 4h et puis nous allons venir là et puis nous allons faire différentes activités pour montrer nous différents bitins hot culture à différents francophonie pays francophonie tout la terre. So nous ni cette année nous ni 60 filles et puis yo c'est Leslie hod massacre l'école massacre nous ni Adessa Hodge hod Wharton Waven nous ni Malicia Francis hod San Sauvier l'école primaire San Sauvier et Simone Moses hod Monjon l'école primaire Monjon et nous ni Janelle Philippe hod Grand Fond et puis dernier là c'est Jedian Eustache hod Cassie Bruce.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Et un bon week-end. Au revoir.
A simple, affordable and great tasting way to detox and boost weight loss is with cucumber water. Slice 1 medium cucumber, add a sliced lemon and about 10 mint leaves to 2 liters of water. Steep the mixture overnight in the fridge and drink every day. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and your comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here in the GIS News production team, I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.